Sorry about that. What's going on, people? Welcome back to another JSTV back again. And I've got Paul with me. Also, Michael Bell's going to come and join us as well. And that'll probably be on about 20 minutes or so, times on a different channel. Well, new on channel. And he sounds a great guy. So, hi to you, Paul.
How's it going, mate? All right?
All good, oh good. Just trying to get oh, there he is. That was quick. Big up to Michael, Sunderland fan.
Yeah, let's just have dropped from one live stream to another. So
wow. Is it just finished or? Well,
my contribution's just finished. I don't know whether it's still going, but yeah, I left too quickly to check.
Wow. big up, my guy. Just for those who don't know Michael, he's a big Sunderland fan. He's a YouTuber as well. And his name's at Michael Bowers on Twitter, and he will give you his channel a shout as well. I'm going to put in the title as well later on. So, guys, if you like what you watch, make sure you hit that like button. Also hit the subscribe button. And super chats are open as well. If you like to become a member, it's 99p as well. So let's go on to some comments as well. We've got Amy P. You got to love Amy all the time. She is absolutely amazing. And please show Michael some love and respect, Newcastle fans as well, because he basically says, F the Mattins, that's what FTM means. And you know what?
I mean, you could twist it that way, couldn't you, to be fair?
Yeah, man. I do need to read that, but you know what? Lee Jason sounds a good guy. You know what I mean? He sounds good. He watches my channel. He's a good lad. And he seems good. Johnny9, hi to you, mate. I've got Ian as well, the King of Bolton. Hope Ian is great. And Paul Michael. I mean, Amy loves my channel. And she respects everybody in the chat as well. I'll go straight in. 4-0 winner, lads. And bloody hell, you're on the show about what? Nearly 4 minutes. And every
I'm just going to click the leave studio button now.
Gee whiz, man. Bless him. That's what it's all about. You know what I mean? Amy's just so in love with this well. Big up to Amy as well. Young Amy, I call her. And yeah, so it's going to be a cracking game. It's the game between Sunderland and Newcastle at the Stadium of Light, and it's going to be a cracking game. So, Michael, because you're the guest, if you just tell us what's your channel is called, and just tell us how long you've been supporting Sunderland.
Okay, well, my channel is literally my name. If you type Michael Bowers Sunderland, that's my name. I'm trying to get to, I think it's 5K subscribers, and I'm on something like 4,915 or whatever it is. I can't remember. But yeah, I'm on that sort of subscriber level at the minute. And how long have I supported Sunderland? Well, it's a funny story because I hadn't been into football for a large part of my life. It was only probably when I was in my early 20s I started actually getting into football. So that was around 2011, I think it was. I started getting into it because my uncle's side of the story, my mum before she passed away was Sunderland. And then obviously her brother, my uncle, was Sunderland. So that was always kind of my team, but I didn't obviously have any interest in football. And then since then, I started supporting Sunderland. Basically, everything's been shite. So, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, maybe I just leave them alone. So basically, all I've known is relegation battle, relegation, League One. So, yeah, you know, when you get to the point where you just think, am I just destined to have shite for the rest of my life? Or am I going to have anything to shout about?
Or owners not understanding what this derby means and then kitting out your room full of Geordie stuff, and now we've just seen the retraction from the owners going, sorry, we didn't mean it. We didn't mean it.
Don't get me started.
Taking it all down now. They've taken it all down.
Oh, man.
I'm sure you'll get me on a 5-minute rant about that.
They had a poster for "Don't Cry, Peter Reid" in their own hospitality.
Wow.
Oh man.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I'm kind of I'm human, but I'm also kind of laughing at the same time. Just
so we don't laugh on Saturday, but we do. Finally.
It's funny, we've got a weird time derby. We've got our most hated rivals coming to the stadium. I know what we'll do. We'll decorate one of them as one of the Black Cats bars and Newcastle memorabilia and start taking the mick out of our own club in our own stadium.
Oh dear.
Brilliant idea. Well done, Sunderland.
Well done.
Well done, Sunderland. Well done. Wow. And
I was looking forward to that. I'm going tomorrow. I was looking forward to going in there thinking, am I at St. James's Park?
It might as well have been.
I agree. I agree. You know what it is, right? I mean, it's all about fun, and that's what it's all about on our channel too. So let's go some more comments before you're going to ask. Go through to the game. Apart from the Black Cat's bar redecoration, that's and can do kit flip. Big up to you, mate. Do subscribe to my channel if you can. That'd be brilliant. Yeah, I want to talk about that as well. What were the club thinking of doing that? I mean, come on, man. I mean, it's at Sunderland, not Newcastle. It's at Sunderland, right? And to put that up there, and then they have to apologise to us to say what they did is wrong, right? What were they thinking of, man? I'll ask you, Paul.
Yeah.
Oh, me? I mean, I have no idea. I mean, I'm not a Sunderland fan, but I have no idea. If they did that, if St James's Park was put in red and white and it was, they changed HOWAY to the Sunland verbiage and it was all, welcome to Newcastle Sunderland, I'd be absolutely foaming at the mouth. I'd be furious. I just don't think the owners understands how much it means to Sunderland fans. I just think it's pure ignorance. I just think it's purely not understanding it and thinking, oh, we've got rivals coming. I want to make them feel welcome. You don't want us to feel welcome. You want us to feel, nervous.
Yeah,
but we're not wanted there. So for me, I don't know. I don't know what
normal owners would have that thought process, but not ours.
I don't know what you think. I just think that maybe there's a bit of ignorance there.
I wouldn't be surprised at that. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, John. Go on. I don't know if you were going to say something.
No. You go for it. You carry on, mate.
Yeah, do you know what? Yeah. I just don't understand it. Look, I understand that, like, you've got 6,000 tickets, which, in my personal opinion, is too many. But I understand it's basically we've done that for money. That's what we've done. As far as the Black Cats bar thing, I think it's just one where I wouldn't have been surprised if the club didn't expect the pictures to get leaked out. And because they've got leaked out, the uproar, the backlash has happened, and they've kind of backed down and gone, oh, sorry, we're going to take them down. But it's too late. The damage is done. You shouldn't have done it in the first place.
Yeah.
With all due respect to Newcastle, I do not want my rivals coming into the stadium making them feel like they're at a movie premiere. I want them to come here and actually be intimidated. Well, intimidated. I want them to feel a hostile atmosphere and make it as difficult as possible. Because let's be honest, the players you've got an advantage as it is. So I do not want to give you more of an advantage than what there already is there already. So I think Paul's right. I think they've just completely underestimated the significance of this game, and that's at best. At worst, they've just spat in the face with our own supporters. And to be honest, the way that we've given the whole of the North Stand to your fans, when there's a number of our fans that are season ticket holders in that stand, for me, it doesn't affect me personally because I'm at the other side of the stadium, but it doesn't sit right all the same. But yeah, the club have produced a massive own goal and red card for themselves on this. Put it politely.
I agree on that one. I 110% agree on that one because you can't really do that, man. Because the thing is, right, it's a massive own goal there, but it is what it is, and just hope they don't do it again. Don't learn from it. Just don't do it ever again.
There is no way, mate. After that backlash, there's no way they're doing that ever again, ever.
Nah chance. Let's go for the comments as well for Lorraine, for Lorraine. Big up to Lorraine, by the way. I think they meant well to try and bring the two fans together. Oh, I see your point.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, it's funny, but I think they meant it well. They were basically putting the red carpet out for Newcastle. What he did to change from HOWAY to HOWAY the lads in the pub. That ain't good. That ain't good at all. But let's get on to the game, right? I mean, it's just like I'll ask you as well. We're going to talk about general things and the game as well. The first one is, for those who don't know, how does the ticket system works? I mean, for how the bus system's working, for those who don't know, do they have to get a bus for Newcastle, right? And they're to give you a ticket, they just drive you up from there to I mean, what do you think of that system? Do you think that system is a good idea? Or do you think you should make your own way there?
Well, obviously, that's from what I'm aware. That is the system. I'm aware that Newcastle fans, you have to literally be about to board the bus itself and then be able to receive your match ticket. I know at least one person who I think apparently was able to get a ticket delivered to them because they're in a wheelchair. They have mobility issues. So, I mean, try explaining how you're going to get someone who's in a wheelchair onto a bus itself, which is difficult enough anyway for them. That's as far as I'm aware. For the majority of fans, that's how I think it's going to be. I mean, you can have your own opinions about whether it was better or not. I suppose I can imagine the only way the club of Newcastle have tried to do that is to prevent people like hooligans sneaking on, causing trouble. Yeah. But the problem is a hooligan could go and buy a ticket and then sell it and then still try and cause bother anyway. So I don't know what the alternative would have been. I don't know how it works with Newcastle, but I can get the principle behind it. I'm just don't obviously, but you guys will know if there's a better alternative to that than what I do.
I think the club have tried. Like I said, my instructions are to be at St James's under no circumstances any later than 8:30. I've got to get on the bus, and then only then am I going to get my ticket with the proof of purchase. And I think we're going to get to the stadium like roughly 9:15, 9:30, whatever it is. And then obviously I'm assuming, I don't know this for a fact, but I'm assuming that we're probably going to get escorted straight into the stadium. I assume, or somewhere.
I'd presume that as well.
Yeah. And then the way back, I think it's pretty much they're going to try and organise it the same way on the way out, whether they let us go first or let Sunderland fans go first, however they're going to do it. I think they're just trying to be as safe as possible. I think, which is, it's fine. I know the time has annoyed a lot of people, but I get why they've tried to do it so early because they're trying to avoid there being any interaction. I don't think you're going to stop it no matter what. But
especially not when you've got 6,000 Newcastle fans coming up here, because you're going to get idiots from both sides, aren't you? That's
absolutely. Absolutely.
Agree.
You could have a Sunderland fan in the you just don't know. You could have a Newcastle fan with the Sunderland, there's so many things that could happen. Obviously, I hope it's, for me, I hope it's banter and a laugh, because that's what it is. For me, that's what it is. Even though, I'm born and bred Newcastle, but there's banter there, but I don't hate Sunderland enough to want to beat someone up over it, because I think that's just pointless. There's nothing in that for me. Like I said, it's all about banter and who has the one up and stuff and all that. But do you know what I mean? I want everyone to get there safe and come home safe. I don't want to hear any stories of fighting or anything like that, because it would just ruin the whole thing. The whole thing is about football.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got to kind of agree with you guys, because what we need, we've got a clean game. We don't want to be hoping to be no fighting. There's going to be no people getting arrested. I just hope our fan base and Sunderland as well get home safe and sound to their families as well, because no one don't want to go to a match and get badly up. It's not great at all. Oh God, I hope not. No fighting. Totally agree. And go back to Kandok. You can get a ticket on the bus when we're set off.
That's
and
it.
I think that could be a way.
That's what they're doing now. Literally, I don't have my ticket yet until I get on the bus. So if I'm not there on the right time, I don't go. It's that simple. They've been very strict about, you have to be there. You have to be on this bus at this time. If you're not there, see you later.
Fair enough.
So they've been very, to the point.
Yeah. Fair enough. Let's go on to the game. I mean, talk about Sunderland's form. The last 3 games, they won 2 and drawn 1. The last game was against Preston, and it's a good 3 points for you guys. So 6th in the league. Michael Beale is taken over, right? The last 3 games. Can you see what he's trying to do to your club, Michael? Can you see the style of play, or you're going to wait and see?
There's still, obviously, when Beale was appointed, there was a bit of, let's say, a bit of lukewarm reception, to put it politely, to Beale's appointment, because the whole point of us back in Tony Mowbray, we felt, was to get someone who's a better coach, an up-and-coming one who could take us to the next level, because we believe that, or I believe our squad's got, especially with the right additions in January, should be good enough to at least finish 6th. Obviously, look, we're not going to finish higher than 5th, are we? Because Ipswich are doing really well, and the relegated clubs are basically too good. So, but, I think we're good enough to finish out of the last 2 playoff spots. I think with Mowbray, to put context on it, we had a great plan A with the football we like to play, but once it became clear that we were getting figured out and we needed a plan B, Mowbray either wasn't willing or capable to adjust to it. So they wanted to try and get someone else in who we felt was going to take us to the next level. Now, Beale, he's obviously had an interesting career where he's been at QPR, infamously said he can't leave to go to Wolves to basically turn his back on them, and then turns his back to go to Rangers, which this time didn't go that great. I think to answer your question, whether I think what he's tried to change is to make us be a bit more solid defensively in some games. And I think that's something for me that always is important. And I think that actually goes under the radar quite a lot, about being solid at the back and making sure that you're giving yourself the foundation and platform for your flair players to go and do their fancy stuff further on and off the ball. Because if you have the foundation, then confidence comes from the back, in my opinion. I think with Preston in particular, I think that obviously that game, we took Preston to the cleaners to an extent in the first half. We obviously went 2-0 up. The second half was quite dull, but I use it on my own interviews and videos. I've said quite dull in a good way, actually, because That was our 4th game in 10 days. You need to manage it. We obviously have this game coming up. You don't need to overexert yourself. Just do the bare minimum, get through the rest of the game, and then that's pretty much what we did, because I can't really remember much that happened, if anything, second half. So with Beale, I think there's little elements of what he's trying to do. At Hull, his first game was a 3-0 home defeat to Coventry, which wasn't good.
Yeah.
But after that, we went away to Hull, who at the time was 6th, and won 1-0. Obviously, look, we've got the quality of Jack Clarke's the obvious play in terms of quality, but we were much more solid in terms of preventing a low block and actually preventing Hull from getting into our own third too much. Even though we didn't offer that much going forward across the game, but we still had the solidity factor to us, which I think that's what I think he's trying to change. And I think in certain games you need that. Well, let's just say we're definitely going to need it for Saturday if we're going to have a chance of getting in, if we're going to have a chance of getting through.
Yep, fair enough. Paul, I mean, look at the Sunderland squad. There's only a few you know, like Patrick Roberts. We don't know if he's going to play. Jack Clarke's been outstanding for me. It's just some of the players that we don't know. I mean, we don't watch a lot of championship games, you know what I mean? But we look at it. I mean, I don't understand, me personally, it's a personal view, that Tony Mowbray got sacked. I just don't understand it at all. I mean, why did he? Exactly, got you into the playoffs, yeah? Just been beat off Luton Town, right? And then they got young players that's going to be the future Sunderland Football Club. And for me, I just don't understand that sack for Mowbray. They should have given to the end of the season, give him another chance, because he probably got in a higher league, around 6th or 7th. I think he would have got them into the playoffs again.
Yeah, no, I don't pretend to know it inside out, but I do hear that it wasn't all footballing reasons that Mowbray went. I think there was other things in the background other than just footballing reasons. So I mean, I don't know. That wouldn't surprise me either. Yeah, I don't know every ins and outs, but I had heard some rumblings that perhaps they had fallen out. And do you know what I mean? That's the problem. If that is true, if you've lost that connection with an owner, you're walking on thin ice anyway. Do you know what I mean? That's such a a tenuous relationship we have there. And if you've lost, whatever, they're hoping you or whatever, then you are. It's just it's their club at the end of the day. I watch more Championship than other people I've heard who talk about Newcastle. I try and watch a lot of football when I can. It's just, even if it's just in the background. So I have watched Sunderland play quite a few times this season and last. So I know their team a bit more than maybe others. So I do know their starting 11 that mostly starts most games and stuff. And I can name you more than one player. I know some Newcastle fans would hate that, but I think, I just follow football. So, Sunderland have been playing very well in times. The thing they struggled with, which I think Michael will probably agree with me, is converting chances. That's been one of their biggest problems. Yeah. They've got good players like Clarke and stuff who can provide those chances, but they're not always going in. I think until the chap up front scored, I don't think the striker had scored till that guy. I think I'm right on that, or something like that.
Is it Lucin?
Yeah, he scored a goal, and I think until then, all of their goals have come from like midfield, I think, before he scored.
Nope, you'd be right. There's the Ukrainian lad Rosary Rusin we signed in the summer, and I don't know whether there's a language barrier, but basically until like November he wasn't playing. Back in October. And yeah, he obviously then came out of the squad with an injury and then hadn't surfaced since. But no, Paul's right. Like until Monday, a striker hadn't scored for us. Yeah. And I think I need to double check this in terms of looking at the championship table. But I believe we've scored something like 30. Hang on. Well, I've had it a minute ago. Now it's going.
Oh, he scored 36 scores this season.
Yeah, so that's the thing. So we scored 36 goals. So before Preston, we scored 34 goals. Not a single one of them came from a forward, which is probably in a lot of ways, like, it's quite incredible in some senses that we actually have got into the top 6 or around that picture when we haven't had a striker scoring. And that's one of the things I think for me, if we can either get Russi and someone to start scoring or sign a striker who can start scoring semi-regularly, and I think we'd be a cert for top 6, because if you look at the general metrics, we are one of the best teams in the division in terms of performances. We are one that, obviously, like as Paul said, one of the biggest issues we've had is that we do create chances, we just haven't finished them off. Yeah. And that's where obviously the big thing, the big buck, the players that earn the big bucks make the difference, where it's called putting the little circular thing into the back of the net, doing it on a regular basis. We do have spells of dominance in games, but we also had to have a little moment of a brain fart. Until recently, we've been a bit better at it, actually. But one of the reasons with Mowbray was that we tended to have a moment of idiocy, which then led to a goal conceded.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of, I don't know how much you guys value XG, because I never used to. But I think to back up the point here, we consistently have outperformed our opponents in terms of expected goals, apart from, I think it's Leicester, who are top of the league. Fair enough, they're going to come back up. Middlesbrough, who were down 10 men, I think it is. What's this? Statue of Stuart tonight in red and white top.
Who's done that to him?
Who's done that? Come on, who's done that? Listen, I've got to be careful what I say because someone got it wrong on that flipping clip the other day. So, listen, on this one, come on, you cannot put a red and white top on Shearers. That is embarrassing. Adam Pearson.
Whoever's done that is a very brave soul or stupid. I'll give them that.
Give them that.
That's cheered me up a little bit after the shambles of today.
Exactly.
Even Ashley wouldn't have stooped that low. Yeah.
Exactly.
Even for Mike Ashley, this is below Mike Ashley standards. To kill him too close with Mowbray's door. I have no idea. I don't particularly want to know that if that ended up happening to them.
That's what I had heard.
I'm part of a championship panel show, actually, and Scott's a Leicester fan who's watched me quite a bit. So thanks, Scott, for coming on to have a watch. But to back to Paul's point, we are genuinely one of the higher performances in the championship in terms of creating chances and finishing them off. And again, it's just if we'd learned to finish with dinner a bit more regularly, then we'd probably be a few points clear of 7th.
Yeah,
I agree. Scott, hope you're good. Scott's a big Leicester fan as well. Big up, Scott. I want to talk about one of your key players now. I mean, I've got 2 key players. Jack Clark is one of them. Patrick Roberts is another one. He's played for Celtic. He's such a mature talent. But what I want to look at, and it's Jude Bellingham. This guy, has he been ripping up in the championship? He's a damn good player.
Yeah, I'd say, well, obviously, look, he's not going to escape comparisons with his brother, is he? But I think he's been very good. I think he's mature for his age. I think he shows I think he just shows a real good game intelligence. Look, obviously, he's going to have stretches of games where he's not going to be that effective because he's 18 years old. You're expecting consistency. But yeah, I like the look of Jude Bellingham. And one thing that did amuse me quite a bit was there was a lot of bitter Birmingham fans in the summer when we signed him. They claimed, moving to Sunland's a sideways move. Give all that. Look where we are, look where they are. Although, granted, to be fair, that was probably down to the fact that they sacked John Eustace and replaced him with Wayne Rooney. That went well.
What was that about? Oh my God.
Obviously, no longer Wayne Rooney there, but there you go. But Jude Bellingham looks really, really good. Obviously, he's not going to be nowhere near the level of his brother yet, at the very least. But he's very encouraging. He's very encouraging for his age. He's only turned 18 in the summer.
Yeah. You know what it is. So I think it could be key for you guys. I mean, if you let him go, he's quite skillful, isn't he? He's quite a skillful lad. He's quick, skillful. He's got an eye for goals. So he plays in a 10 role as well. And I think he's just going to get better and better. I really do.
I think he will. I mean, obviously, he's at the age where he's a good, competent championship level player now. So you can imagine in a couple of years' time what he's going to be like. If we don't go up this year, which I suspect we probably won't, I think we might be able to keep him for next season. But if by the end of next season, if we haven't gone up and he continues to progress, then he'll be gone, which is just as fair enough. You know, he's someone whose career might elevate faster than what our status as a club is. So when you're 18 years old and you're performing in the championship, you know, quite consistently, then the world's your oyster.
Yeah. I think, like I said, we're watching a close eye on him on Saturday as well. A lot of good but young players at Sunderland. Very exciting team from the outside looking in. Major weakness is their strikers, as they have a lot of offensive threatening players. I kind of agree because, again, like Michael said, scoring goals has been their problem our season. He's scored 36 goals, I believe, but there you go. He's Lewis Miley. Yeah,
well,
I'm gonna have to kind of agree
that comparison there.
Yes, I mean, the formation you play, yeah, man. The formation you play, Michael, is a 4-2-3-1 on the Michael Bill. Obviously, Belly plays at his 10 role, and I think Ukrainian lad's going to be at top, and Nasrin as well. Going to be playing. Listen, I never heard of this guy. I mean, obviously,
don't worry. You got the pronunciation better than I would have on a first attempt.
Yeah, I know. I gotta give it a try, and that sort of thing. You know what I mean? But
trust me, you've never heard me attempting to pronounce names, and you don't want to either.
I know, exactly. On for Newcastle side, I mean, asking you, Michael, who do you think are dangerous to you? And who do you think you got to watch out for? Who you got to watch out for?
I can't just say everybody, can I? I'd say, look, if you're talking specific players, I'd say Bruno. I mean, obviously, I've heard that Bruno, and you guys might correct me on this. I've heard Bruno Ramirez apparently has a bit of a hot head sometimes, and so he could be at risk.
Yes, he does.
By the way Paul reacted, that sounds like an understatement. He's someone who I think that we should be targeting to try and get sent off or try to be something stupid. But the point is, if he has a good game, then I think that could decide this game in a lot of factors. Anthony Gordon, someone who I've liked the look of when I've watched, because I've watched a fair bit of Newcastle this season. Because unfortunately I live with a Geordie, so I've had to see a fair bit of Newcastle. Anthony Gordon, I think the game I watched in particular, I think it was when we beat Man City in the Carabao Cup, and Gordon came on at half time, I think, in that game, and straight away I thought he made a massive difference second half, and that wasn't against. And I know City's team wasn't the strongest, but it's still a very, very damn good side. So Gordon, I like the look of. Isak, we know what he's like. So yeah, there's probably them. I would have said Almiron, but quite a few of your fans don't seem to be too keen on him at the moment. And judging by the way Paul shook his head, he's not either.
He'll get to the box and then he'll put it into St James's Park from your penalty area.
And then because it's Sunderland, he'll score one in the top corner.
I know, and then I'll eat my words. I know. It's just
saying nothing.
Should we put a bet on John that he scores with his weak foot?
It'd be nice though. If you do it every week, it may come off. You never know. But the thing is, at the end of the day, I'm not going to lie. But with Miggy Almiron, I mean, don't get us wrong. I mean, I like his smile. But again, on social media, we're not allowed to go at him. We're not allowed to go at him.
It's funny. I love that. Oh, I'm frustrated by him, but he smiles nice though. I like that.
Yeah. He smiles nice. But the thing is, though, in future years, that's not going to win me a title. It's not going to win me a Premier League title in future years, and I want to win the Premier League title with this side. He's not good enough for me at all, and that's not how I'm going to go. Let's go on to let that one. And it would be fab to see Sunderland back in the Premier League. That's from Lorraine. And someone who smashed them. Sorry, Michael, but there you go. Let's go on to this one. I think Newcastle may be more offensive to control the game, but seriously need to work on your defence. As honestly, I can see an upset. Sorry, John and Paul. Each their own, Scott. Each their own. I'll be honest.
I obviously hope he's right, but we'll see whether that comes to fruition or not.
Yeah, I don't feel confident going into that game at all whatsoever. Scott, you're getting it for Lorraine, by the way. Joey, Bruno, AG, 10, Miley are the ones to watch.
I've heard Miley's been playing pretty well, actually.
Yeah.
He is. He's neat and tidy at the minute. Neat and tidy. Mario, Paul, Miggy. Amy loves him. Apologies, Lorraine and Luton. Newcastle just after seeing both teams. That's what my prediction result will be. And going to
Cambridge beat us at St James's Park.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You can't avoid that. And we had a very good team out that day. Trippier was his first game. The season after that, Sheffield put us out. We've been put out by low opposition than Sunderland before. You can't take this game lightly, because if you you go out.
Exactly. As much as football doesn't work this way, I'd like to think we're better than both of them. I'd like to think we're better than Sheffield Wednesday and Cambridge United. But obviously at the time, to be fair, they were both in League One when you played them. So no, you're right. I mean, but those games. I mean, I suppose you guys are going to go as full strength as you can, aren't you? Though, because you're out with the Carabao Cup, you're out the Champions League, and it looks unlikely that you're going to win the Premier League. Put it that way. So, do you think that's what I mean? But again, it's one where this game, I think we're better than both of them. But I mean, again, it's a derby game, and we're at home for it, and obviously your away form is the thing that gives me a slight bit of encouragement. Still not
dreadful.
Well, I wanted to ask you, if you don't mind, what's different away from home? Because I think before Forest, your home form was pretty much sound, I believe, wasn't it? But your away form, I mean, I looked at some of the teams you've lost to. You lost to Forest at home, lost to Luton, although I think that was right after the Tom Lockyer.
There's a lot of factors in that game.
Yeah, no, I thought so. But no, I'm just curious, what's different away from home as opposed to St James when you're at St James's Park?
It just doesn't. I mean,
it's just missing chances, and we look a bit tired as well when we play well. We go for it, and then we look absolutely shattered. But not only that, our defending's not the best. It's not the best at all whatsoever. You know, we can see the more goals coming from wings, not through the middle. The cross comes in, like the Liverpool game, it came from their right, and Dan Booth's not there to be seen. Yeah, look at the Spurs game. both goals came on their Spurs' left. Son put crosses in. And then there's 2-0 through Richarlison and also from who scored for Doggy as well. And you know what it is, end of the day, right? We've got to defend. The most thing is Newcastle got to do is stop the crosses from coming in. If you stop the crosses, let's be real, we defend properly. But if you don't defend properly, we're going to see goals, simple as that.
The other thing we've been really bad at away is transitions. They've been unbelievably bad. Yeah. We haven't had, the problem is that because we've had Willock out for like 5 years now, in particular, and Harvey Barnes hasn't been available for, again, what seems like 4 years. We haven't been able to rotate some players, and we've had to play a lot of the same team, which is also on Eddie Howe, because there are players, and they're not as good, but there are players you can rotate. But another thing we've been really bad at is when we go for an attack, especially away, I've seen us happen too often, we'll put the ball somewhere really stupid or give the ball away, and then if we're playing a fast team, we're done. It's pretty much 99% of the time a goal. I've seen so many goals come from our free kicks or our corners, and then when we get done in the transition, we're nowhere near it. Our defenders are too slow, and we're done on the counter-attack because obviously they're playing at home and we're playing away. Sometimes our tactics are really negative away. I feel that they feed off the St James's Park crowd at times, which is great. But for me, I feel that our away fans are just as good as St James's Park, in my opinion. So I don't know. I don't know. There seems to be some sort of lack of confidence going away, and that's my biggest worry about Saturday. It's my biggest worry because I know it's only down the road, but we just seem to have this weird mentality at the moment. It's away games just aren't our thing at the moment.
The thing is, I've noticed, because one of the things that we tend to do all right, but it's funny because we tend to do better when a team comes out and tries to attack us. Whereas what we tend to do, if a team sits in and puts a low block against us, we've tended to be frustrated in breaking them down. But if, say, you guys came out and attacked us, then one of the things that when we're at our best that we are good is in quick transitions where we could get the ball in our back. If you watch the second goal against Preston as an example, although it's not the best example of it. From a Preston corner, Anthony Patterson, our goalkeeper, gets the ball, flings it down the wing. Clark beats one man, beats another one, puts the ball in the box, and then the Ukrainian lad Rustian gets his, and obviously we then go 2-0 up. So it's one where if we're at it, I think, especially given how you guys are defensively, I'm not saying we're going to win, but I think we could cause you problems. Put it that way.
I agree. I 100% agree, because I think that. I can't believe I'm saying this, John, but I think he's going to start Burn on Saturday. I really do. I think he's starting Burn on Saturday. I can't believe I'm saying it, but I just think he will.
Wow. I tell you what, if he does start with Burn, I'm not being funny, but he's going to rip a good one with pace. Patrick Roberts player, right? I'll play Liverman on the left back, and if Chipper don't come in, I'll play Kraft the right back. Just got to come from Mark Gavin, Didi, right? Total Sport on about we banned the Black Cats bar for the cop run, and he said, unbelievable. I think is probably the word. They're making money, and there's making money. We've got a group that has taken over the club. Who would you think, after the last lot we had a bit more knowledge of how football goes, how football works? And he said at the end, he said, we're talking about the football, the club, and the football seasons to make your stadium your fortress. And all those old creatures, okay, this is different. This is a corporate business. It's making money, but at the same time, it's our place. It's our castle. It's embarrassing. This will be mentioned in 50-year time. And I tell you what, Gabardini, I was on the fan forum, right? And he got funny with us as well when I was being straight with him. I'll put him straight. But he's a good guy anyway. He seems a good guy. So that's what Marco's been saying. Let's go for the comments as well, through more bits. Greatest scores, talking about Miggy, got us into the Champions League.
Yeah, mate, you can't deny that. Yeah,
you can't ignore that.
Yeah, last season he was unbelievable. We just need his confidence to come back, definitely.
Exactly. Big up, John. A little bit worried about Saturday's game, but I think we get a replay. And Renison Jim says, we can't lose this game. Brad, big up to you, my guy. Listen, we cannot afford to lose that game. If you can't beat these, don't lose or take them to a replay. And Lauren's chatting to Scott. Big up to Annie as well, big Bristol City fan. Hello again, Michael. Busy man today. Annie, where have you been lately? I haven't seen for a long, long damn time. Have you deserted us or something, my guy? Listen, he's the first one. He's the first one, right? Came on live show, yeah, before anyone else, yeah. As a Bristol City fan, us against Brian when we got beat. Big up to Andy, open good. You're a busy guy. Has anyone come back from an injury yet? Sorry, I haven't checked.
No.
We've got to find out from Eddie what's been saying tomorrow, but he's going to keep it close to his chest.
I don't think anyone's going to be back for Saturday. Yeah, I don't think so.
Elliot Anderson could be.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Hey, John Panel, happy New Year to you, Static Big Gooner. He's a big Arsenal fan, great guy as well. I mean, is Eddie Nketiah still available? And then is Nketiah in the room? I don't want him. And 20 likes, thank you very much indeed. Stats, we need strikers very badly.
I don't have him as a backup striker.
Oh, I wouldn't have him. I wouldn't have him. I wouldn't.
Really?
It's not Nketiah. It should be Eddie Nketiah now because I wouldn't have him.
Wow, really?
I wouldn't have him. No chance. Not for me. Not for me. And you know what? At the end of the day, he's got no credits in the form. Yeah? When he scores, he's got credits in the form. When he doesn't score, he's got no credit. There you go. Nobody's taking shots. Do you agree with that, Michael? I mean, I don't know if you watch Newcastle a lot. Do you think we're not taking shots enough?
I can't say I've watched enough of your games to reach a definitive. I mean, I watched most of your game against Liverpool, but that's not really the best game to judge if you're going to be taking lots of shots or not, because Liverpool at Anfield is one of the hardest games, even for the likes of Man City at the best of times. So I think if you're looking at me from what the highlights I have seen, when particularly of the Forest and Luton games, it looked to me like you were constantly trying to walk the ball into the net. So it might be that in those type of games, I understand the criticism if you don't take enough shots. Amy, to be perfectly honest, put it this way, we've often done that ourselves. We often try to score the perfect goal because we're not accustomed to playing with a striker. We've only recently started to get used to it again. So sometimes, also if you look at our first goal against Preston, it came from a long shot from Alex Pritchard, where basically runs completely unchallenged. I don't know how the defence didn't close him down for Preston, but takes a wild shot and then ends up swerving into the corner. So but to answer your question, Liverpool, you didn't have many shots, but you're not going to have many shots at Anfield. So it depends. I was going to ask you a quick question, if you don't mind. How would you if you was offered it now? Would you take a replay?
No.
Yes.
See, the thing is, because I'm surprised Paul said no, actually, because I think if it's a replay, I think you batter us. You might beat us on Saturday anyway, but at St. James, I think we've got next to no hope.
The thing is, so I'll take it. I just don't want to win this. If we can't beat you lot, take the replay. I take the replay because we have not won used for 9 games. What can I say?
I don't think the replay does our confidence any good, but
we take
obviously, if we're losing like 1-0 and we get a 1-1, of course I'm going to take it. But I mean, just for me, I just think that for our confidence, we have to win for the confidence. Just our away form's that bad. I just don't think that's good. I just don't think it's good enough. But there you go. We'll see. We'll see how the game rolls out. But
I suppose, to be fair, though, away from home in a derby, you never know what can happen, though, do you?
Yeah, very true. Yeah, very true.
True.
I mean, for all I know, that might be clipped when you're like 3-0 up inside 10 minutes, and then I'll look like an idiot. So
yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do a watch along on Saturday. You going to the match on Saturday, Michael? Obviously,
yes, I've got a season ticket at Sunland, so there was absolutely no way I was going to be missing this.
Fair dues. John, question for Newcastle fans: if the worst happens to you, does Eddie get the boot? No, he does not. He will not be sacked. The thing is, though, we don't know. These owners are the sackable owners. Did they say it? They don't say a lot. Are they going to be like Abramovich? Are the patients like the Man City ones as well? You just don't know.
The only thing that worries me is if we lose this game and we lose against City and we lose against Villa, that would have been like 10 or 11 defeats. And I'm not saying Amanda and all that, but I do worry about PAF going, hang on a minute. Like, what's that? We've lost 10 and what's going on? Like, I don't know. That's my worry. I'm not saying that this is coming from Amanda and Mirdad, but that's my only worry because these people, we don't know them that well. Obviously, we don't know these, who's definitely making these decisions. But my worry is that they're looking at, right, we need to invest again in summer with our new money from Adidas and all that. And that is my worry. So obviously I don't want it to happen, but that's my only concern is that we don't know the side of the business. And if they want to be where they want to be, and we've lost 10 or 11 in a row, I've seen managers get sacked for less. That's the problem.
So, say hypothetically, if Sunderland do win on Saturday,
Yeah.
do you think Eddie Howe will go? In your
I don't
opinion?
actually think so. The only worry I have is that obviously if we lose to Sunderland, I've seen it so often in the past when Pardew did, when McLaren lost to Sunderland, you've lost probably, I'm going to say a fair amount maybe, but I reckon 60 to 70% of your fans now we want you out. I'd say roughly around that amount, maybe more. But this game is so important to the fans that I just worry about Eddie because they're already starting. Not everyone, obviously, not everyone's turning on him, but a lot of fans are putting the heat on him. And I just worry that this game for the hardcore fans who aren't as crazy, it's just one of those things where it's like, how have we lost that? I don't know. Obviously, the problem for me is when you lose the fan base, you're normally on the way out.
It's near impossible to win back, isn't it?
When you've
you've lost your hardcore fan base, then you know. Look, I think for me, I think the thing for Newcastle fans too, even though there's a good chance he'll beat us, there's no God-given right to win this game. We've got just as much right to try and win it as much as Newcastle fans. And although obviously we're not going to be anywhere near your level in terms of players, I don't think we're a bad side. I don't think, and especially at Sunderland, I think, from my perspective, if we don't try to cause you problems, and even to be honest, even if we get beat comfortably, I wouldn't be very impressed because I think, forget your quality, I don't think we should be getting embarrassed at home in a derby. I just don't think we should be. I think at home, our fans wouldn't. And you got to remember as well, from Michael Beale's point of view, this game could be massive for him because there's still a number of fans that still aren't 100% won over by Michael Beale.
Yeah.
And for me, especially if we put in a poor performance and you roll all over us, then that could be damaging for him because a lot of our fans, although we don't expect to win, we expect to see 100% effort. We expect it to at least be a difficult, close game. But yeah, if we end up rolling over, then that could potentially even signal curtains for him. On the flip side, though, if we somehow end up beating yous, then I think that will win quite a few Sunderland fans over, especially given the gulf in quality between the two sides.
Yeah,
irrespective of form.
Yeah, fair enough. Just put someone on social media being a muppet. There you go. And if you're going to mess about on there, that's fine. But be sensible, eh? No chance. Eddie's done a fantastic job. I fear for some fans to turn on him and making it toxic if we do. I'm absolutely, myself for Saturday. Hope for us, Mags, our party come Saturday night. And that's how we're. Big up to Jay, by the way. And thank you very much for coming on as well.
I hope you're not Jay, but my head says you will be. Put it that way.
There you go. Big up to this. Hi guys to you. I hope you're having a good day. If I did show, we wouldn't have plasted any bar with Mackem tat. Wow.
As I said, because you are not stupid and brain dead like some of our own, like some of our hierarchy are. Put it that way.
Oh man.
Correct. Obviously, think Sunderland are one of the boots. Let's equip to size and championship take it on a Premier League side. To be fair, pace, flair, technical ability is next to none. Really, so should be a good game. That's an Annie, and I tell you what, you gotta love Annie sometimes. He's a bit of a minor merchant for a young lad, but he is a great
guy. He is sound. He won't want me saying this right, but in the panel we're in, we've got a Leicester fan, we've got Annie, Bristol City, me, Sunderland, obviously a Leeds fan, Huddersfield fan in there. And Annie put a clip. Bristol City lost to Millwall, I think it was the day we beat Preston, and it was 0-0. I think going into the last 5 minutes, it might have been stoppage time, and he put a clip in the group chat going, "This game has been so boring. It's finishing 0-0. Honestly, this game is not going to get a goal." 5 minutes later, there's a goal, and Millwall absolutely score. So when we roasted him for it, and he was just kind of just going, "Bye, I'm off."
Hey, yeah.
Sorry, Annie, I couldn't not bring that up, mate. But you got to laugh. But no, he's a sound lad. He is a sound lad.
He is, and he must be over the moon when he beat you, mate. Over the moon.
Yeah, he probably was, but that was just the typical Sunderland story at the time, where you give a silly goal away, have loads of chances, don't score, try to walk it in the net, blah blah blah. Seen it loads of times.
Yeah, that's not the case on Saturday. Sorry. What are your thoughts on Newcastle?
You want you guys to win, I want us to win. That's how it is.
Absolutely. If you win, fair enough. What can you say? As well, your thoughts on Newcastle banning the Black Cat Bar. We spoke about that, and
but short condensed version, we are idiotic.
Yeah, they loved it.
Oh yeah, definitely the word, eh?
Wow. Bless. Absolutely. On Saturday, hopefully we partying. Yeah, we said that. How we trust us and Jay. Big up to Jay. Fingers crossed. Do you think Wilson will go in January and we get a new striker? For me, I think Wilson stays. I think in the summer, it could go either way. We definitely need a striker. 100% need a striker in the summer. Totally different situation to Pardew and McLaren. No real fan wants Eddie out. I do not want Eddie out as well. And Lorraine might think a little bit different there, but I could be wrong. I agree, John. As much as it's unavoidable, if the injury, etc., it's going to be curtains for Eddie. Unfortunately, Lorraine, I'm very surprised. Excuse me.
No, like I said, John, I just think that this game is, to a lot of fans, this is the game. Yeah. That's my like I said, I'm not saying I want him out. I'm not saying that at all. Even if we lost, I'd be really annoyed. I would be annoyed, but I just do worry that the fans would turn for that result. They just would. You can't hide from the fact that would happen.
Especially from given your recent run as well, isn't it? Is it like you've lost 7 of your last 8 or something, or 6 of your last 7?
Terrible.
7.
Yeah.
7.
Well, if you want to be technical, I suppose 6 of your last 8 because Chelsea was a draw, wasn't it? It was just, even though that was a game we should have won, to be fair. Yeah, it's see, part of me, this is how much my mind works, right? Part of me wanted you lot to get through that game because I thought, well, if they've got a semi-final a few days later, then they might rotate a little bit more and then put like a week inside.
100%, yeah.
You know, but that's what I was thinking. Then I saw, for once I'm actually gutted they didn't go through. No, I think what's cut it for you guys. I mean, so some of the teams you've lost to, I'm trying to think. So Chelsea, although they're not that great this year, but away from home you never know. At Stamford Bridge, it's always a bit different. I think the games that kind of really did it for you guys. Things like Luton and Forest, wasn't it? So
Everton away was terrible. Yeah. Bournemouth away early in the season was terrible. Brighton away in the season really bad. We've had some pretty, going from only losing 5 games all season last season, we've kind of been that this season already. But I get there's a lot of factors in there, injuries and not being able to rotate the team. And I do think it'd be a very different season if we had everyone fit and no one was ever injured. The problem is that we do have so many players that are just constant. Wilson again is so frustrating. I love the guy, but he's just constantly he comes back for a few games and then he breaks down again. He comes back for a few games and he breaks down again. And it's just, and I saw one of the comments saying we need a third striker to help with that because that's what, and this is the problem with Isak. That Isak gets fit, then we have to keep playing him because we've got no one else to come in for him. Then he gets injured because he's played too much football. So it's this whole thing of we're nursing Wilson all the time, and then Isak gets injured, and Wilson comes back. Then he overplays because you get the point. But yeah, it's just been that constant thing this whole season where we haven't had these options available to us. So yeah, it's one of those where we need a third striker. If Wilson goes or not, you need 3. You have to have 3.
You need the depth, don't you?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
we haven't got the depth at the minute, but hopefully, if it's not going to be Jan, hopefully in the summer. I like Nico Williams, who plays for Bilbao. He's a rapid winger and he can play up top 2. Mate, I tell you, that guy is brilliant. He really, really is. Spanish international as well. And this is a perfect game to give Newcastle a big boost and kick on for the rest of the season. Win the FA Cup and sneak into the 4th place in the league. I don't think you get Champions League, Jolly, my guy. We will not get Champions League.
I like it, Jolly.
I like it, but we will not get Champions League this season. No chance.
How many points are you off top for? Okay, you're 11 points off top. See, the thing, I certainly wouldn't. I'd be still surprised if you finished below 7th, if I'm honest, because I think if you look at the sides around you, West Ham are obviously used to it, but they've got a lot of games coming in the second half of the season. Brighton have, Aston Villa have. I think and you guys obviously will have. Well, I'm obviously hoping you don't progress after this weekend of the FA Cup, but even if you did, you've really only got the FA Cup to add extra fixtures, haven't you? Whereas, you're not going to you're going to have basically game, full week game, whereas a lot of teams are going to be having a game every 3 days, aren't they? So
yeah. And our injuries will start coming back, so that'll help as well. I don't think I hate to say this to people watching, but the route, and I know I don't always listen to every rumor ever happened, but a lot of the noise I'm hearing is that January, prepare for it to be quiet. I know I hate that, but
Sorry, Paul, I interrupted you, but is it because of financial fair play?
Pretty much where we are like so crippled by it. Apparently, I mean, again, I've heard, I don't like to believe in every story I hear, but in every room I hear through WhatsApp from people I know. But I mean, look, what I heard is that the club are even struggling to pay for the blooming loan fee for Calvin Phillips.
£7 million quid.
Yeah, they're struggling with that. I know, it's mad. It's mad. It's just it's because of how scrutinised it's becoming. I mean, look, you know, the Premier League are going after Nottingham Forest now. They look like they're going back after Everton again for their breaches. And we know if we do one penny over, they'll be coming for us straight away.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not know that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is the thing. I've heard this. The problem is I've heard this before, and then we went and spent 60 million on Isak. So I don't believe everything I hear, but there's more people I trust saying that January sadly will not be busy, which is painful.
Well, we've got to see what happens, but we do need players in. I'd rather get players in now than in the summer and get them in. And he does deserve to go after what he's done for us, but unfortunately, regardless of injuries, the owners want result. The owners, of course, want result. That's facts. That's facts. But we see what happens there. But we respect your opinions, Lorraine, and you do talk sense. When Isak comes, Wilson seems to pick up this game with up a new striker could make them complete more and combat injuries. That's a Mick. Big up to Mick. Big up to Denise. Have you talked about the Black Cast drama? Yeah, from Sunderland fan. Big up to Denise. Good luck. We have spoken about it, but it's a big topic. But the thing is, right, I mean, they put it in black and white, and then they quickly took it down because Sunderland fans were absolutely furious.
They were. No, don't blame them. They were absolutely furious. Don't blame them for one.
Yeah, it's like, because again, you guys, your owners or hierarchy have things called brain cells. So basically, they wouldn't think to do that. So you can imagine if like how this would have gone down if it had been the other way around. If yours, yeah, exactly. So you know, like we said before earlier, like if we're coming to your place, if it is a replay and we're coming to your place, you want it to be as negative an atmosphere for us as possible. Likewise, the other way around for Saturday.
Can you imagine them putting red and white and everything? It's dear me.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you imagine put a West Ham flag colours in the Millwall into the Millwall? Can you imagine that?
If they attempted that, then they've got this. What's the phrase? They've got a set of bollocks on them.
Yeah.
The Eddie Hearn clip.
Wow, I tell you what, I'll say no more on that because you know what it is, right? I mean, it was a bit daft. Whoever decision to put that should be sacked. I'm not being funny, but
off the pitch, honestly, off the pitch, we've been a joke for years, and it's only because we've done all right on it that's masked it.
Yeah,
exactly. Even Shearer would make a difference at the minute. Absolutely. We often sang well in Jan window. Both Bruno and Gordon came in January. Mate, that's a flipping good point. And Trippier and Bruno G came in as well, and Dan Burns too. Other Mags and Legier. I'm hoping some clubs are going to get deducted some points. Forest don't get deducted points. Forest are safe, by the way. Don't talk about West Ham until Monday. Good luck to you, Andy, on Monday against West Ham. I do hope we get it. It's going to be very, very difficult for you, mate. Very difficult. What are your thoughts, lads, on the rumours? PSG wants Bruno. What are your thoughts with 100 mil to add FFP? Oh, it's a tough one, isn't it? He's got a release clause as well, 100 mil plus.
That's the problem. If they trigger it and Bruno's interested in the move, well, there's nothing we can do. Nothing.
Exactly. Big up to Mr. Tom 28. Big up to you, man. Big Leeds United fan. Hi to you, long time no see. He's the real one, and he's the part of the Insta group as well. And happy to hear to you as well. What a season Leeds are having at the minute. I mean, they're fourth at the minute, but lost the last two games. You need to pick up. I think your home games might just see you through, by the way. I can't lie. You're back to the Sunland game. I mean, Craig Paulson's the referee on Saturday.
God. Jesus.
All if it helps any better, we've only won one game out of a dozen when he's refed. So I wouldn't count me chicken.
Yeah. He's a mupp. He's an absolute mupp. Honestly, he's an absolute
watching half the referees in the bloody championship.
Bro, I tell you something now, right? I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, let's be real. I mean, that guy, he can cost us a title in future years. So that Australian ref as well. He was awful as well. It's gone to biggest away days for God knows how long. I'm buzzing. I tell you what, his tickets have you sold? It's 8,000 tickets he sold, Andy, for that game. And hi to Umar. Hope you're good, mate, and I hope you're looking forward to the match on Saturday. Good luck against those awful Sunderland lot. I think Michael,
there's one simple result I could respond to that with. Think of a certain Joe Bellingham a few weeks ago at the Stadium of Light.
Exactly.
And yes, by the way, I know Leeds are going to finish above us, but they're a parachute team, so they should.
Indeed. Right. Exactly. What we're going to do, we're going to go on to the score prediction. And because I was going to start you, Michael, I'm sorry I got to put you in the hot seat.
Just put me on the spot. That's fine. Go on.
Yeah, I'll put you on the spot. There you go.
All right. Well, all right then. Well, me head, you'll be happy with me head prediction, but you won't be happy with me heart one. Me head prediction says 3-1 to use. I still think if your guys perform at the level that you're capable of, then I expect you guys to win. In no way, pot you call this. Fair play, Tom. Okay, that's good. But no, I think it'll be 3-1 to use. I think yous will have. I think if it depends really. I think it depends a lot who gets the first goal. I think if yous get it, then it obviously could be very, very difficult for us because then we have to try and come out with you, and I can't come out and. But the thing that gives us hope is that I think defensively we can get it. Yeah, I think defensively we can cause issues. So my head says 3-1 to use. I just think your forward line still concerns me. My heart, of course, I'm going to back Sunderland. My heart says that we're going to nick it 2-1. But I think if we put you under pressure, I think we could see. I mean, from what I've heard, apparently midfield gets bypassed, your defense crumbles, you go 1-0 down, struggle from there. That you guys know better than me if that's accurate or not. But that's what I've heard from a familiar pattern with Newcastle. So. For me, if we score, particularly if we go in front with the atmosphere behind us, then there maybe might be a hope that we win. Touch wood. Not for you guys, I'm sure. But yeah, head says 3-1 Newcastle, heart says 2-1 Sunderland.
Fair enough. And also the players who haven't played in the derby, they got to cope with the occasion. If you cannot cope with the occasion in a game like this, you're in massive trouble, huge trouble. I've always said that. I will keep saying that because
they will. Both sets of players will find out what this game, how venomous this game is. Put it that way.
Exactly. Well said. Brutus go no way. Loves being top dog at Newcastle. And 8-0 to Newcastle. You got to love Amy's confidence as well. It's 4-2 to Newcastle. Okay, cool. Paul, I know you're hopeless at predictions as well, but put your neck on the line, mate. You're going on Saturday.
Predict you guys to win then, please.
I'll tell you what, though. I mean, our stat for if Sunderland do score first, we haven't won a game. If we go 1-0 down, we have not won a game this season from 1-0 down. So that would really worry me. We have not won one game this season.
Not one single game?
Not one single game this season. When we've gone 1-0 down, we've lost every single... I think we may have drawn one, sorry, but we've lost every single other one. It's been terrible, our form there. So if the Sunderland do score first, our confidence doesn't seem to be there when we get scored against first, which is not great. So we have to score first. We cannot not afford to. I do think we'll concede because our defence seems in absolute disarray at the moment, which is a shame because we have, Botman back, but some of our players don't look 100% fit, and I still stand by that Botman doesn't look himself. Shah has only just come back. Byrne is, he turns like he's in treacle. Trippier probably, if he's back, he starts probably, but I'm hoping he's had a good break and I'm hoping he comes back mentally well. Do you know what I mean? And that midfield does get bypassed at times. So there just seems to be a bit tighter. Look, I wish we were playing this game when we were in our brilliant vein of form because I would have predicted this to be a 6 or 7 because we were in such good form because we were putting 4 and 5 past Everton and people like that. So I'd be more confident. But with our away form and how we've been with not being that great in front of goal at times when we haven't had the service and overplayed it. 2-1 to Newcastle. Just.
Cool stuff. Let's go through these comments so I'll give my predictions in a bit. Lads, I never watched or even wanted to watch out by social media fan accounts, but fair play. Thank you very much indeed for that. And make sure you keep watching our shows as well. We don't call people out. We're just positive channel, and we have a banner to enjoy this. Thanks, buddy. I don't know your first name, but thank you very much indeed for that, my guy. Told you guys 4-0 all over after 25 minutes. Hopefully for us, by the way. 3-0 to the Town. Yes, that's what I like. We need a new Mackem Slayer. Hopefully Isaac as well. Refs played a part in that, Paul. I tell you what, if this referee messes up, I tell you, he'd be caught on occasion as well. And
no VAR
way too much.
No VAR on Saturday.
No, is it VAR or no VAR?
No VAR on Saturday.
It's only Premier League. It's only grounds that have been in the Premier League that have got it installed, haven't we? So yeah. If it's a replay, will there be a replay? If it's a replay, will there be VAR? Surely there would be.
I think it will be.
I don't know if it is. Yeah, it's weird sometimes. Sometimes they ban it on even at Premier League games. And
let's be honest, the football authorities don't even know their own rules half the time. So I don't suppose we should be knowing, should we?
Exactly.
How they give that penalty to Liverpool, I still don't know.
I have to admit that was a joke. Like,
yeah, I don't know how they.
It literally goes down when he could have literally just put the ball in the back of the net, and it's like, oh, by the way, penalty.
Yeah. Well, let's just say this now: Sky Sports and all you idiots, we've got a Sunderland fan saying it's a dive. Now you know you're in the wrong. Now you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
During Rudy Tonali back. That's been the summer, mate. That'll be in the summer, Amy. Thank you again. Thank God. As all this and buts can go either way. And VAR in our game. Oh, good luck, Andy, man. It's going to be tough for you guys. I'm going to say 3-1 to West Ham in your game. Sorry, Annie. And for me, I'm going to say 2-2 replay.
God, dear me. No, God, I hate that.
I'm telling you now, I don't know why you're nervous. If it's a replay, you win comfortably in it.
Yeah, I'm still worried for the backlash of getting a draw, but there you go. Who knows?
Exactly. So I said my bit as well. So listen, no upset you guys. Thanks so much for coming on. I'm going to wrap up the show. And Michael, did you enjoy coming on, mate?
I did, yeah. Well, obviously, I've been on a couple of. I've been all over the place tonight. Actually, I think I've done about 3 different live streams in the last 3 hours. But yeah, no, it was good. It's a good bit of banter, and yeah, we'll just see how Saturday goes. I guess just to finish up, I kind of go between two personalities. One hand, I'm bricking it because I hate derby games, but I'm also kind of like, well, you know what? We've got now to lose, so let's just bring it on.
Exactly. Is there a free hit for you? Is this game a free hit for you?
I wouldn't go as far as free hit because no game for us against Newcastle is a free hit. Like we as much as we know how better you are than us, we do not want to lose this game. But I can stomach it. I can't accept it because I never can, but I can stomach it if we lost by 1 or 2 goals, but we really made you work for it. Then that's one thing. If we get rolled over, then I wouldn't forgive that. Not at home. So yeah, it's more of a free hit for us than it is for you, obviously.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Wow. 100%. 100%. Brilliant stuff. And where can we find you on your channels, Michael? I mean, you got a YouTube. I've got to subscribe to you as well. Where can we actually find you on your YouTube?
Well, if you just go to just type my name, which is here, Michael Bowers, type Sunderland, then that's pretty much where you find me. If you hold on a moment, I'll be able to tell you how many subscribers I've actually got as of right now. Oh, 4,926 apparently. So I'm about 74 subscribers away from 5K, which I've been trying to get to for a while. So
great stuff.
Maybe some people of you watching you won't want to subscribe to me if we do end up somehow winning on Saturday. But yeah, I'm trying
to. Oh, bless you. We got to help you. We got to help you anyway. You got to help out these smaller YouTubers as well, which I think is great because you know what it is, right? I mean, you've got to help each other out, like, you know what I mean? We're mates at the end of the day. It doesn't matter who you support. I'll get United fan in, I'll get Arsenal, Chelsea. I'm on the group chat as well. The Arsenal fans, United, Chelsea, all sorts of fans as well. Liverpool, we're a family as well. So I'm in the part of that group chat as well. So you do find us as well. Paul, where can we find you, man? Just on Twitter.
Yeah, on the X with me and Elon Musk at Blank Canvas PC. All the lovely people on here pretty much follow me anyway because we've got a lovely little community here, which is really cool. I think we're not too far away from 7,000 ourselves. So, yeah, keep putting the word out. We're getting really close, which would be amazing. And then it's a push. It's a push to 10,000. That's the bit. That's the push.
Yes.
We'll get there. We'll get there. We're doing, just tell everyone about it. Tell them that we're the best because we are. It's not even close. It's not even close. I don't know why people subscribe other places. This is the best channel to be at. You get the honest and you get the nice. And you get John.
And we speak facts as well. We speak facts as well. We don't call people out on the channel. It's facts.
Sound like Rafa Benitez, talking facts.
Yeah, it is. But I'm not Spanish.
Yeah, maybe say it in an English accent as opposed to Spanish.
I know, you're right. Great stuff. I love it. I love it. Go a bit of comment to wrap the show because it's only fair. Good luck, Michael. Nice to meet. I tell you what, Amy is absolutely amazing. She's always. I love her.
No, thank you very much.
I love her.
I wish I could wish you luck on Saturday, but I don't because I want Sunderland to win. But yeah,
hey,
you might not need luck because you'll probably win anyway.
Exactly. Lorraine, I'm sitting on the fence. I don't feel confident going into this game. I really don't. I can't lie. Our form's not great going into it. You know what I mean? Sunderland's got a chance. I'm going to say two. I'm going to say twos each, and I'll be happy for that. Let's all have a great day on both sides here. But a better one for Newcastle fans. Fappa Pickle, thank you very much. Hit the subscribe button, my guy. That'd be brilliant. Thank you very much. And it is free. Come back, Michael. She wants you back. We're definitely going to get him back for sure. We've got one funny that our record's actually quite good with Craig Paulson. He always seems to give us a penalty. That's
we've lost. That's it. Congratulations.
Hey, it's a struggle for us championship content creators. Do follow Andy's channel as well. Type in Andy Harris as well. Find him. Check his channel out. Yeah, give him the love and support. Championship teams, give him the love and support, man, because he's a lovely lad. He's only 16, 17. Nice one, Paul. Amy said the best. Thank you, Ames. Love her as well. Thank you, Lorraine. Thank you again, Amy. Up the city. That's an answer. Leicester's. Oh, you know what? You and Scott, Leicester's doing fantastic. And hopefully I'll be back up to KP next season as well. I love going to Leicester, by the way. I can't lie. So, you guys, thanks for coming on. With you guys quickly backstage. If you like the video, like what you watch, make sure you like and subscribe. And also, if you do go to the Stadium of Light on Saturday, Mike included, please be careful. Make sure that you just follow the rules. Make sure you don't get into scraps. Make sure also you don't get into any fights. Just please enjoy the game because at the end of the day, it's a massive game.
Yeah.
And I want everyone to go home happy to their families. You do not go to football match to get beaten up. And that ain't going to happen at all. And the whole panel is here. Now, Alex is here. Yes.
I like it.
I like it.
What you said, by the way, that was really good. Yeah, no one should go to a game and not come home.
Oh,
absolutely. Totally agree because this is a massive game. We haven't played a derby for quite a few years now. 2016, I believe. Yeah. 8 years. And I tell you, it's a long time in coming. But let's be real. Please just be safe. The panel is taken over as an ant.
Yeah, it literally is.
It is, isn't it? And good night and how with the lads and Amy. Love you lots. So, guys, if you like what you watch, make sure you like and subscribe. I'll be back in the next one. And just keep your eyes out until then.